Hello everyone. I am sure most of you all like me are actually experiencing the true transit of Saturn. We would be feeling a little empowered, a little emboldened, a little heavy in our mind and hearts. But well, we can all attribute this to the Saturn transits. In my previous videos, I have explained what actually Saturn demands from us, what actually Saturn works and how it works for us. Today I would be telling you all how these Saturn transits affect each zodiac. But before that, a little about the Saturn transits in general. Well, the Saturn transits and cycles can be considered cycles of achievement and maturity. Now, when Saturn forms a hard aspect to a personal point in our chart, we might feel that everything is slowed down. We encounter delays, frustrations and pressures. But these times also challenge us to face reality, thereby opening ourselves up to increased wisdom and the freedom that comes with living in the truth. We generally build up our reserves and conserve our energy during these periods. Delays and a little but irksome problems might be experienced. Things break down. Our needs often go unmet by others. We often feel misunderstood and even left out. We tend to find others harsh and unsympathetic, although this is often a perception thing. We, in fact, may be lacking a sense of humor and we often feel burdened or put on. Remember, every individual is undergoing this Saturn and every individual is thinking the same as you are. So that's how it's very perceptive. Now, Saturn transits teach us to take responsibility for ourselves. At the outset of a Saturn transit, we might feel like the world is a cold place. If we are mature, we will at some time come to the point of realization that we cannot always pass blame for the problems in our lives onto other situations or people. We need to reach within, do some introspection and pull out our own inner strength. In fact, become independent and rely solely on our heart and our mind. It's very important for you all to understand this one big aspect, that whenever we take into consideration the transit of the Saturn, it has to be done with the placement of the moon, because Saturn and moon goes side by side. So whatever I am telling you all, it's important for you all to know that I am doing it in relation to the moon signs. So according to your natal chart, you should know where your moon sign was placed. For the Cancerians, Saturn is the lord of the 7th and 8th house in the natal chart. It is going to transit to the 7th house of their birth chart. Now this is the house which represents marriage, spouse, passion, partnership in business and journey. The transit would be impacting these areas of your life majorly. Saturn may bring a bit of turbulence in your marital life during this transit. The impact it will create on your thought patterns will be determined by how you take and understand harsh moments in your life. So what is important for you? Since I've already made you aware for it, you can safeguard all this. What is the summary for you in the last 2.5 years? You might have experienced a sense of reasonability towards others in your day-to-day life during the Saturn transit 2017 in Sagittarius. This may have taken your time and energy, and you might have faced difficulty in focusing on long-term plans. The past 2.5 years would have demanded your attention on health and management of the time. You would have excelled in things which you walked that extra mile without even knowing it. Let's uncover how the upcoming transit of Saturn is going to prove for you. Well, the Cancer sign is ruled by the moon, which signifies the emotional and mental strength of a person. Saturn will influence your moods during the transit, and you may have to face the situations with a very, very strong and resilient mind. The impact of Saturn transit 2020 on your professional life: your work will require a lot of hard work during the transit phase. You will need to put extra effort to get your targets accomplished. At times, you will also feel that you are not getting the essential outputs in your career. Patience will reap the fruits of your hard work eventually. There are chances of transfer related to job during the transit period. You are suggested to enhance your talents and pursue new skills that can be applied in your workplace. This will bring appreciation from your superiors and colleagues. You might also be rewarded for exceeding expectations in the office. Now, what is the impact of Saturn transit on your business life? You're likely to receive a good amount of orders for your products. This will help you increase your profit levels in your business. However, the increase in orders would also increase your working hours for timely delivery of the products to your clients. Issues with staff members are likely to stem up during the transit phase. You will have problems in handling staff as they might not cooperate with you. You are suggested to handle situations very, very diplomatically and tactfully. Think with your mind, think with your heart and strategize with your mind. There are chances of monetary gains in the long run, hence make use of this period in your business endeavors. Impact of Saturn on your finance. Well, the Saturn transit in Capricorn is going to show gifts of wealth on you. Your hard work will pay you back in terms of incentives or increment in salary. However, these will be the results of your dedicated work and efforts. There are chances of receiving monetary benefits for any additional professional work outside your office. You're likely to gain profits in your business. You may receive an amount you owe from someone for a long time. This will improve your financial conditions gradually. Now, this also means ask and you shall receive. The amount will not come on its own. This is a good fortune time for you to go and ask whoever owes you something and get your money back. You're likely to spend the income on luxurious things and visiting religious places. However, it is also suggested that you invest the additional income to plan a better future. So once the money comes in, you could take out for investments and then save for a rainy day and spend the rest. So you need to budget it again. So impact of Saturn transit on your love and marital life. Due to an increase in the workload in your professional life, your personal life might get impacted. Your ship is going to face some stormy waves during the transit period. So if you beforehand explain it to your loved ones how you're concentrating on your work and not neglecting them, the situation can be salvaged. You will be unable to spend quality time with your partner. This will create hindrance in your relationship and frustration between both. So since I've already warned you, it's important for you to explain to each other what is happening in your professional life. That is why the reason of you not being able to devote your time on personal life, and come good times, things will be balanced out. The issues in your marital life may add to the mental stress. Your mental and emotional senses may stop working at one point. Hence, it is suggested that you handle the problems with sheer patience and maturity and openness. Realizing your flaws and trying to correct them is what Saturn is asking you to do during this transit period. Now, what does Saturn always do? It never says, look into the flaws of others. It always says, look into yourself and make the changes. This would also stop the relationship from breaking. Impact of Saturn on your health. Health might get impacted during the transit phase because mental stress may get your energy levels down. You're likely to face health issues due to feeling depressed. You're suggested not to let any negative emotions hinder your actions. You can do meditation, you can do yoga exercises and invoke positivity in your daily life. Issues in the digestive system are likely to come up during the transit. Keeping a check on your nutritive eating habits will be beneficial. So on a closing note, in a nutshell, the transit of Saturn will give you gains after hard work and understanding of the situations. Your new skill development and tackling problems with maturity will help you in the long run. Remember, life is not easy, but if you accept it and if you work towards it positively, things can actually be very beautiful. Carry these lessons as you move beyond this phase, because how you handle your life now will make all the difference the next 7 years, in fact the decade. Saturn makes a hard aspect to the same planet or point in your natal chart. So knowing where the Saturn was placed in your natal chart, how that transit is affecting you, which part of your life the Saturn is affecting, is it your relationships, is it your career, or is it your own self? The recognizing or being aware of that is going to really take you at the heights of successes and make your visions into reality.